It's another gorgeous day. We're in downtown Arrecife, as you can probably tell, and the building on my right is the Estación de Guaguas, the bus station. This is the very colourful outside of it. The aim today really is to help those of you who don't tend to hire cars and who prefer to travel by bus when on the island. And this is the central bus station, which you'll get off at if you're coming into Arrecife on the bus to go shopping. There's the outside of it. So I thought I'd just sort of walk you around to the different shopping areas that you can get to relatively easily from here. You can see the floodlights in the distance there. Well, it's not really that far. That's the football ground, so you can orient yourself. Very, very close by the bus station, perhaps 150 metres away from here. So if you're ever coming to watch UD Lanzarote play and you're coming in on the bus, you can just walk round the corner to the football ground. Now, this road we're on is the Rambla Medulla. It's the inner ring road of Arrecife, and it has that lovely very wide walkway through the middle, all the way around it, with trees for shade and benches and stuff like that. So we're going to cross the road from the bus station here using the handily placed zebra crossing and get into the middle of the medulla. That's the outside of the bus station now from the medulla, which we're walking on. Guagua is a particularly Canarian word. On the mainland of Spain, that would be called the Estación del Autobús. So they call them autobuses. Here we call them guaguas. So you can see how pleasant this walkway is. It's when we used to live in Arrecife, we'd come along here. The kids would ride their bikes perfectly safely with the main road on either side of us. We'd stop and have an ice cream and relax on the bench. It's very typical of Spanish cities to have a tree-covered rambla in the middle of the main roads. We've only walked 350 metres along the rambla, and we've already arrived at the place you may want to visit on your journey to Arrecife, and that's the Open Mall shopping centre there. As you can see quite clearly ahead of us, it's the biggest shopping centre in Lanzarote, and there's loads of stuff there. I'm not going to go in there because we've covered it in previous videos, but from here you just use the crossing to work your way around and go in through the doors at the end next to the McDonald's and Open Mall signs. We instead are going to cross this crossing and then hang a right. So this road now, which is Calle León y Castillo, goes all the way down to Chaco San Inés, which is the main shopping centre in the middle of Arrecife. So we're going to head down there now. I'm not going to film all the way down because it's fairly boring, but what I'll do is measure the distance and pick up again with you when there's some interesting stuff to look at, either on the way or when we get there. It made me chuckle. We used to live right across the road from here in Arrecife, so I know the Church of Jesus Christ and Latter-day Saints, the Mormons, you may know them better as, and they're offering free English classes in there, which I think is quite amusing, enticing people in with a freebie. Very commercial. Over down there's what used to be a windmill right in the centre of Arrecife, the old Molina there. It's been exactly like that since we lived here, which was more than 20 years ago. A lot of the windmills are gradually being restored. It would be nice to see them all pulled back together and made an attraction rather than an eyesore. I think we've got some spectacular cloud around today. We've had this for a few days now, so we've got these gorgeous September skies, but with high cloud. That sort of mottled effect Almost looks like a movie backdrop rather than real life when you look at the sky. I gave you some bad information, by the way. This isn't Leon y Castillo. I knew it wasn't. I just used the wrong name. It's actually Dr. Gomez Ulla, U-L-L-A. But I wanted to bring you down this one particularly because it gives you a real feel for the real Arrecife, if you like. And there are some quite interesting shops on the way into the centre in a few moments. Real mixture of the architecture down here, sort of everything from 1940s to 70s, 80s. Quite an interesting one there with the colonial-like balustrades on the balconies, which look quite nice. I love this section. As you come into town on one of the main roads, you've got this fascinatingly shaped pharmacy that looks like it's sort of from the Art Deco era. And then right in front of it, we've got a gas station right in the middle of the road, which again has been here for donkey's years. So we turn from the gas station there straight into Calle Fajardo. You can see the name there. And that leads you down, straight down this street. Now, the time now is 3:30. So we're right in the middle of siesta, and you'll find probably 50, 60, maybe 70% of the shops are closed at this time of day, and they'll reopen between 4 and 5 for the evening session. It's important when you come to Lanzarote, to Arrecife, you check up the side roads like I'm doing now, because there are loads and loads of hidden gems. Little cafes, boutiques, mini markets and stuff like that. And plenty of shade here as well, under these jacaranda trees. Nice looking roof garden up there on the top of that building. So we'll go back to Fajardo, the main road we were on before. For the chaps watching, this Tito, established 1979, is a cracking shop if you want to buy a suit. Or anything that I'd describe as gentleman's sort of stuff. So very nice fedora hats. I've bought all my suits there since we've been here. Beautiful shirts, high quality stuff. It's not cheap, but well worth a visit. Sprinter here on the right is a massive sports shop. And Toy Planet on the left is fairly obvious what that one does. Then again, suddenly in amongst the modern stuff, we've got a really beautiful old building there. We're at the end of Fajardo now. You can either go straight on here, or you can hang a left, which I'm about to do, which brings you to Leon y Castillo itself. Big multi-storey car park there if you ever need to park in town. And you'll recognise in a moment where this alleyway brings us. Real, also known as Leon y Castillo. Obviously very quiet at the moment because everyone, apart from the building site to my left, everyone's enjoying their siesta. And the bottom of the road there, of course, is the ocean and the Puente de las Bolas, the Bridge of Balls. So we're back in town. What we're going to do is head back up this way now, that will complete the loop for us. Having walked up to here, you would go to the end of the road there, and it goes gradually round to the right. And if you just keep going that way, you'll end up back where we started at the Open Mall Shopping Centre. And I'm going to do a quick diversion now, see what the tide's doing, because we have the Pinot tides at the moment, which are very high tides and very low tides, and I just want to see what the tide is doing in Chaco San Ginés here. So we'll walk through this shortcut and get some cooling air. It's very, very hot out there in the sunshine in the main street. Unfortunately, it looks pretty normal in here, so I guess we've caught it between the high and the low. But the Pinot tide's caused by the proximity of the moon to the earth. I mean, we've had some really, really high tides this week and some very, very low ones as well. A couple of kayakers enjoying paddling around the Chaco there. So after your walk off the bus, you could of course stop here and enjoy any one of well over a dozen restaurants all down the side there. We'll carry on back to Open Mall. There are a few restaurants in there. And then catch your bus back to wherever you're staying on the island. I hope you found that useful. Our little tour of Arrecife, which you can do quite easily by using the very inexpensive bus service here. Have a great weekend. Bye for now.